Hey, Will of Carbomet. I'm going to be playing Floriferous today. This is designed by First Games, and it is in their small box games that are meant to be kind of relaxing. And in this game, we are going to be collecting flowers, making flower arrangements, finding bugs in our gardens, and just trying to play a nice, beautiful, relaxing game. So I will explain how the game works. I'll explain how the solo plays. Then I will do a complete solo playthrough and give my review at the end. So let's head down and begin. So here I have the game set up for a two-player game, but you can always check the back of the rulebook for examples of how to set up for 3 or 4-player games, or even an extended kind of extra length two-player game, which you could also play as solo. If you prefer a longer game, I'm just going to be playing the standard length game. You'll see that there are some cards face down. We have multiple rows, 2 to 4 rows of various flower cards and other garden ornaments, some scoring cards at the bottom, and some objective cards at the top. So how the game works, and it's very similar if you've played something like King Domino. First, you're going to randomly decide on the order of the tokens. I'm just going to put them sideways here so you can see. And then starting from the top player, they will select a card within the next row. It could be any of the flower or garden cards or the scoring card. If there is a stone on the card, which those are placed at the beginning of the round, you will also collect the stone. And then the next player down will select, and the next player, and so on. In this way, as cards are selected and removed, the player order will then change for the next round. And you'll go again, next column, you'll begin from the top player and move down. And this will continue all the way until you get to the other end, and you've drafted a card each from each column. Then you will refill the board, and then you will begin traveling back in the opposite direction. After doing this 3 times, so across the board, back, and across again, you'll add up your final score and see who wins. So we also have some objective cards here. If at the end of a round, you have completed these objectives. So this means that if you have those symbols on your cards, they could either be bug symbols or the flower shapes. For example, the poppy or the butterfly. You see the lovely watercolor art designs, which my wife tells me is a digital watercolor. It's a little bit different than a real life watercolor, but still very pretty. So the objective cards, if you finish the round, you can choose to, or rather you will claim as many objective cards as you have completed by placing the matching color token that goes with your player on the first round, second round, or third round spot. And then, so it kind of depends on how fast you're able to complete that. You'll get greater points. Also, as to note that you must have these symbols on individual separate cards. You may own a card that shows multiple symbols on the same card, but for the case of these, they must be the same. This is different than something like the arrangement cards where they can exist on the same card. So what do the cards mean and what do they do? First, your most standard card is you will see cards of flowers on them. There'll be a color flower and the flower type, which is shown by both the shape of the design in the icon and the name. And occasionally there'll be a little buggy friend along for the ride. Sometimes not, sometimes there will be. Stones, of course, if you land on a stone, you'll pick one up. Then you have arrangement cards, which will be worth points at the end of the game. 1, 3, or 5 points, depending on if you have however many number of different examples of those symbols. So you need like 1 tulip, 1 orange flower, and 1 ladybug in order to complete the full 5 points. And you would only complete each set once in this game. You only ever complete the largest single set that matches the scoring criteria. But of course, cards can be used for multiple scoring criteria. If you are playing with more than one player, you will also have garden ornaments. like this lawn gnome, and this will give 5 points to whoever has the most garden gnomes at the end of the game, and then 3 for second and 1 for last. And then along the bottom is where kind of the real meat of the game is all the various scoring objective cards. And these could range from points per type of flower, or per colors, or for bugs, or maybe a set collection thing like I got dealt here. We are looking for similar bugs. Let's focus here. We're looking for similar bugs. Maybe other cards are looking for different bugs, same colors, different colors, and any kind of combinations in between. And also at the end of the game, you will look at whoever has the most stones, and that person will gain the cup of tea card, which is worth a bonus 2 points. Also, stones are worth half a point each. And at the end of the game, the highest score is the winner. And moving on to the solo gameplay. Solo is very much the same setup as 2-player, except we will have a deck of AI-based cards. So I'm going to put away the extra token here. And this is going to work a little bit differently. So first you will have to remove all of the statue cards because there's no other players to compare against. And you actually start off with the cup of tea card in your possession. And I'll explain what that is in a minute. Objective cards and scoring cards will all work the same. So after you place you take your turn, so you always take the first turn, meaning you're essentially having a safe first draft, unaffected by the pesky crow. And then after that, you will reveal a crow card from the deck. And these cards will show you the position of the next column, and it may tell you to remove a card and place a stone or stones in its path, or it may tell you to switch out cards with a face down card. And whenever you take a face down card, it'll immediately be revealed. And there is a variety of different assortments for each of the different locations on the board. You may, however, at any point go to a location that has been replaced by stones to return those stones to the supply. You do not gain them in your possession, they go back to the supply. And this can be important because any stones that are left on the table but not on cards will enter the pesky friends supply. I think that's what they call them. They'll enter the crow's supply. And the crow will, whenever he has 4 stones, will spend 4 of them, or are in groups of 4, and will make you discard a card from your collection. And this could be, quite negative in terms of how much points. So you really have to manage how many stones he is collecting at a time. And of course, you can also spend your own stones to counter the equal number of stones that he has. Now, the cup of tea card for solo, again, is worth 2 points at the end of the game if you still have it, but you may choose to spend it for a one-time use of choosing not to draw a crow card for the next turn. So let's begin a solo playthrough. I think looking ahead, maybe I want to try to go for this arrangement. And I don't see a lot of ladybugs out right now, so maybe that's not the best bet. Pink, I could go for pink. There's quite a lot of pink cards around. But of course, those could be removed by the crow, so it's not a guarantee. There's not a lot of tulips right now, but there is at least one. So I think just to be safe, I'm going to take the poppy. Oh, and let's put up here so everyone can see, and I'll keep my own stone collection below my cards. And then the crow is going to go next. He is going to remove a card and place 2 stones in its position. I think I'm going to let him get those 2 stones because I really want this scoring card here for yellow, since I do already have yellow. And then the next one, he's going to replace the top card again with a stone. And do I want to go for the scoring? I mean, I already have a yellow. I might get lucky and find the rest. So let's take this one. 5 points can be pretty decent. And now the crow will replace this card, which is unfortunate. I was kind of hoping for that tulip. I could just go for a surprise. I mean, I'm hoping I get more ladybugs later, but again, it's still not a guarantee. Maybe I should look up here some more. I have the poppy already. I have not seen a moth or anything. I don't think I'm close to getting any of these right now. So let's just try my luck and go for the flipped over one. It's a purple mum with a butterfly. Not very helpful. Maybe I'll let that one get discarded unless I get something better. And then, oh no, the bottom one is being replaced with 2 stones. That is kind of painful. I was hoping I wouldn't necessarily be forced to discard something this round. But if I don't take that, then it will be good. Like, I will have to discard something for sure. Now you only have to discard after you score the upper objectives. So you can kind of play it that way. I am not close to scoring any of those anyways. No, I'm not. You know what? Maybe we'll just play it safe and block his stones. I'm going to spend my own 2 stones to remove 2 of his, and then the crow collects 2 stones. So I'll put that next to him here. And then we reset the board for the next round. And I have not scored anything yet. So not a great start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of bouquets here. And then stone, stone, and stone. And scoring objective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have a couple more of these, 3 more. This is unusual to have this many delta at once. I have similar flowers, not similar flowers, similar colors, mums, daisies, not daisies. What is that? I don't even know what that is. And what do I want to go for? I don't need any more poppies. I do want the butterfly or the moth to work towards this card. I don't have any of those. Maybe I'll just take the moth, and that will help me work towards that other card. And now we are going to replace this one with 2 stones. And I think I have kind of a lot of the same flowers right now. I got a lot of poppies. So let's take this one. Oh, it's another poppy. I'm going to want that one because I'm already at a couple of points. So I think this might be the time where I want to risk. I feel like I haven't seen a removal of the bottom card yet. So I'm going to lose my cup of tea to prevent the crow from drawing a card the next round. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the points per same flower. Okay, and then we draw. Okay, I would have been safe anyways. He's just replacing the middle. And I don't really have same flowers, same colors. I have different colors right now. So let's try my luck and take the first one. More poppies. Oh, okay, this is good actually. And then the next is going to remove the bottom scoring and switch it with a new face down scoring. But I think I'm just going to go for that poppy anyways. I'm kind of giving up on some of the regular scoring to just go for something huge. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 7 points there for poppies. And now I'm going to spend one of my stones to remove one of his. And so he only collects one. He's up to 3 stones right now. And do I qualify for anything? I think I may have given up on my qualifications because I don't have whatever the starflower is. I have the moth. I don't have any of these bugs. Well, actually, I have one of them. And I don't have this either. Missing the tulip. So I'm going to have some catching up to do next round. All right, let's reset. And then we're going into the last round here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh, lots of pinks coming out. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I get first go. I mean, the bugs were as good. I don't really have any of these. So I'm going to take this tulip. And then I guess I'm at the whim of the crow. He is going to replace the bottom card of a stone. Oh, I forgot to place new stones. So that's been replaced. And I already got max poppies. It's too late to take the scoring card. So let's go for whatever this random one is. And it's and a different bug I don't have. If I don't see a bead anywhere, but if I could get a bead, I could score that one. Okay. And then we are replacing the top one with a face down, and we're gonna have to reshuffle the crow deck here. It's not quite big enough to get through a whole game on its own. So I do need yellow cards would give me points. I need some additional scoring right now because I have very little. I would love to get a bee. I would love to get, oh, lily. Okay, I need a lily so I can complete this objective. And actually, and that one. And let's see. The crow is going to remove the different bugs, which probably would have been good for me. Put 2 stones there. And now I don't really need this. I could try my luck and hope for a bee. Removing those stones could be nice. But at this point, I don't think I care, because if he, although the yellow is 2 points. Yeah, 2 points is 2 points. I'll take the tulip. I don't know how I'm organizing these things. Can we see that? Let's move them down a little bit. And then for the last removal is the bottom scoring card. Oh, the butterflies, that would have been perfect for me. No. And I guess I'll take, there's nothing I can get points for, maybe a stone. And that's it. I'm going to spend 2 of my stone to remove 2 of his. He now has enough stone that he's going to make me discard a card, which is unfortunate. But I've already, it's going to happen after I score these. So I don't get this one. I've already scored these. Now I can safely get rid of my lily. And then we score. So I've got 4 points here. I did manage to get the 5 from this. So it's 9. The full 7 from here is 16. And then 18, 20 points for yellow cards, which is not a very high scoring game. But, well, that's kind of how it went. So let's head back up and I'll give my review. So as you can see, Floriferous is a very beautiful game. Pencil first, All their small box games have been just stunning, watercolor arts of flowers and herbs and things, and it really adds to the relaxing nature of the game. It is very kind of low stakes in all their games, but at the same time, there's still some game here. It's not too much fluff, and I find it is quite enjoyable. So let's take a look at components. Components. The cards are nice, lit and finished cards. The stones are okay. I have an inclination to want to pick up a bunch of polished stones from, maybe a bag from a store where you would fill a fake plant with a bag of stones or something, and just to have something a little nicer to put in the cards. But like the wooden components, these little player tokens are all unique, and they're just fun to have. The little flower tokens work well. The box is a reasonable size, which you can't really say the same for a lot of board games. And there's a fair amount in here too. The game doesn't change a whole ton from play to play, but you can try different strategies, go for different things. The cards along the top might dictate those a little bit, or what scoring cards come out. I will say you cannot overestimate the scoring cards. Just picking up even as a card for the one-time activation, and a one-time 2-point or a one-time 3 points could mean the difference in the game when playing multiplayer. And the drafting can get, pretty intense with like the hate drafting, but it's still a very relaxed game. I will say the gameplay is also very short, which is definitely not a bad thing. You can play a kind of like an epic, longer 2-player game if you so choose, but this game sits just perfectly right around the like 10-minute mark, 10-15-minute mark, especially if you know what you're doing. It's just take card, take card, take card, take card. By the time you're done, you've got 15 cards, and that's it. It's over. It was short. It was sweet. It was pretty. You didn't have to think too hard, and it really fits in that niche of either a filler game or just a winding down game. I think filler games kind of get a bad rap as something that you only use to cram in, and they're not the main experience. Sometimes you want this experience. Sometimes you want something relaxing to kind of wind down with at the end of a night, or playing solo on your own. Can work quite well. And then maybe we'll do a video about relaxing games, or why people play games to relax, or something like that. So I am definitely going to give this a very positive review. If you're going to compare it to any of the other Pencil First games, I think I've played all of them except for the Sunset on the Water, and they're all beautiful. I think so far this game is my favorite from everything Pencil First has done. It has the most game to it, but it's also kind of the fastest and the most interesting in terms of just how the mechanics and stuff work. Although Herbaceous, not the dice game, but the original card game, is definitely close behind with just how smooth and quick it is with very simple decisions. So I highly recommend this if you're looking for something that's pretty and relaxing in a small box, and you like watercolors or flowers. Please do check it out. And thanks for watching. I'm Will from Cardboard Mint, and until next time.